Welcome back to my channel, the place to design a career and life you love. If you are new here, welcome, and make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. So today's video is a little bit different. If you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, make sure to follow as I give a lot of valuable content there. Anyway, if you do, then you know that I have recently turned 30. For me, it's quite a big milestone in my life, and as this channel is focused not only on designing a career, but also the life that you love, I wanted to share with you 10 life and career lessons that I learned by the time I turned 30. Of course, these are not the only lessons I have learned, and originally I wanted to do 30 lessons at 30, but then the video would be way too long, so I decided to stop at 10. Anyway, I think I need to stop rambling now, so without further ado, let's get started. So lesson number 1 is to be yourself. We are all unique and we are all special in our own way. So don't try and be like someone else, just be you. Just be your own unique self as no one else can. If you know who you truly are and what you want and act in the way that you are in tune with yourself, it will make you so happy, so satisfied with every single minute of your life. And if you are talking about career, it will give you so much self-realization and self-fulfillment that you never thought was possible. And for us women, it's extremely important not to work just to get paid, but we have to be self-fulfilled in what we do. Otherwise, the work that doesn't fulfill us destroys us. Lesson number 2 is not to listen to what other people say. I might sound a bit harsh, but one of the things that I have learned is there is no point to listening to what other people say about you, your life and what you do. Why? Because firstly, it will not make you happy, but secondly, others don't really care. Yes, that's right. Even though they might say something, they don't really care, and the chances are that they will forget about what they said the next day. But you will have to live with the decisions that you have made because you have listened to someone else's opinion. Moving on to lesson number 3 is to invest in yourself. The best investment you can make is you. Invest in your courses or programs that make you better, that add value to you and increase your price in one way or another. So remember that what you have invested in yourself will always stay with you, and in whatever situation you are, you can then use it to your advantage. Invest in the things that truly bring you to the next level, and the investment doesn't always have to be monetary, because time is also an investment. So spending time thinking about your future, your goals, planning out your future, imagining how your ideal life looks like is also an investment. While it doesn't cost anything, it will give you a direction in which you should be moving forward from now on. Lesson number 4, and it is quite similar to the previous one, but I thought I would still put it in a separate point, is to constantly learn and develop yourself and your skills. Don't ever become stagnant. Don't ever slow down or settle down in terms of learning, especially now and especially when we're talking about your career. The world of work is constantly changing, and if you are not on the ball, you will quickly find that your skills are outdated and you are out of a job. So never stop learning. I honestly think self-development is so important because this is how we grow personally. This is how we become better, and this is what allows us to reach the new heights and conquer our wildest dreams. Did you know, by the way, that what anyone has or owns at any given moment directly correlates to what level of self-development the person is on? But to get the better opportunities, to have better careers, to earn more money, we have to grow personally fast before being able to get those results. And in order to get those results, we need to widen our pan. I'll explain what I mean by that. There is a great story. So there was a man fishing one day, and he was catching the fish, then he was measuring it and then throwing it back into the sea. The other fishermen were watching him for a while, and then they couldn't stay silent anymore. And then they came and asked the man, what are you doing? Why are you taking out the fish, measuring it, and then taking it back to the sea? You're catching a nice big fish. Why are you letting it go? So for this question, the man responded, before I left the house, I have measured my pan. So now, when I catch the fish, I measure it and keep only the fish that will fit into my pan. The same happens with our heads. When we're used to a certain level of income, relationships, certain working conditions, that becomes a norm for us, and we don't know that it is possible to live any other way or do the things any other way. But before we can move forward and attract those better things into our lives, we need to prepare mentally and let ourselves have it in our heads. We need to widen our pan. This is a very interesting topic, and I could go on and on talking about this. So leave me a comment below, guys, and let me know if you are interested, and I will do a separate video on this for you. So moving on to lesson number 5, and it is to take care of your health. As much as I'd like it to be different, but we are not getting any younger with years. And I'm not saying it in any negative way. I would never want to go back to the time when I was 18. I'm much more enjoying my life right now. But the thing is, our body reacts differently to some things comparing to how it used to when we were 18 or 20. And I don't know about you guys, but I would like to keep my youth as long as I can, and that means taking care of my health. Eating healthy food, getting enough sleep and exercise, drinking plenty of water, taking good supplements, and taking care of my skin. But I'm also not talking just about physical health, but also about mental health. And that means really tuning in with how you feel, keeping your stress levels in check, being careful with what information you consume and what kind of people you surround yourself with. Moving on to lesson number 6, and is having clear borders. So this is something that I struggled with a lot in the past, and to be honest, I still do. I know where it comes from, so I am working on that every single day, with some good and some bad days. But I cannot stress enough how important it is to be able to say no when you really don't want to do something, or there is something that you don't agree with and don't want to participate in. Having clear borders also is very important in relationships, where you should clearly define how you'd like to be treated and show what kind of treatment you will not tolerate. You can't imagine, it gives such a freedom, control over your own life and ability to live to the fullest. Going on to lesson number 7, and is quality over quantity. In everything. In the things that I buy, holidays I go to, times that I see my friends, how many friends I choose to spend my time more often with, and in general, people that I surround myself with. I try and apply this to everything, from the food that I decide to put in my body to the books I read, movies I watch, and skincare I use. To be honest, it was a long way for me. In our time of consumerism, when we're constantly surrounded with adverts saying that we need to buy this or that, it can be quite difficult to decide if this is something that I really need, or is it going to be another impulse buy. As I said, it has been a long road for me, and I'm still not in the end of it for sure. I truly think that there are still things that I can improve on, but I also feel that the steps I have taken until now have made a massive impact on my life and dramatically increased the quality of my life. So lesson number 8 is to get your finances in order. This is a truly big one. And I must say, I learned all about it in my 20s, and I learned it the hard way. So I moved away from my parents when I was 18, and I moved to a completely different country. I started working since I was 13, doing some summer jobs and working on the weekends to earn some pocket money. So I knew more or less how to manage and stick to the budget. But moving to a new country, getting full salary, needing to pay the bills, that was a completely different level. So I was managing okay, but I wasn't saving, and also along the way I have acquired some bad spending habits. And as I didn't do anything about it and I didn't learn or educate myself more financially, universe always finds a good way to teach you a lesson. Have you noticed, by the way, that if you go through situations with the similar underlying patterns over and over again, but don't learn from them and find yourself in the similar situation or scenario, those situations become more and more difficult over time? So a few years later, I have left my then relationship and I have left them with a massive debt for various reasons. And then I had to learn whether I want it or not. I had to learn how to manage money, how to budget, how to earn more to pay off the debt, and how to save. More so, this situation really made me realize how important it is to have the savings and the buffer, and in a way led me to where I am today and why I am working for myself. During this period of my life, I have also realized that there is no such thing as a job security and why I needed to find the ways to diversify my income. Moving on to lesson number 9 is to dream and get to know yourself. I have put these two things together because when you dream, you let yourself free and you let yourself to think about anything you want, and this is when your true wants come out. I believe that we can get in life anything we want, but the point is that we need to want it. It has to be our own wishes and we have to have a strong reason as to why we want it. I experienced this myself and I also helped many women to understand their wants and then transform these wants and dreams into their own reality. Moving on to lesson number 10 is to do what you love. So my background is in human resources and I have been doing it for almost 11 years. While I loved the essence of it, I didn't really like my job when I was back in corporate. I felt that I wanted more and I knew that I could give more. And it wasn't until I started doing career coaching I realized what that more was for me. I can't even describe how happy and fulfilled that makes me feel, and only now I truly realize the essence of the phrase, do what you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. And if you're feeling stuck in your current job and you're trying to figure out what that more is for you, I have created a workbook for you that can help you get clarity on what you want to do in life. I will leave a link for you in the description box below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and found something useful for yourself as well. If you did, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for all the new videos. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!